I'm Jackson Pearson, it's Teaching Thursday, and today I'm going to teach you, Internet, 3 things about Mark Twain. I've been doing a lot of research on Mark Twain for the Damn Historical Novel, and as it turns out, he's pretty much one of the most interesting people that has ever lived. I'm just giving you 3 facts today, and they don't even begin to cover the interesting facts that surround Mark Twain. But here we go, fact number 1. So Sam Clemens and his wife, Olivia Langdon Clemens, who he just called Libby, had pretty much the most romantic relationship ever. Sam knew he was gonna marry Livy before he even met her. See, Sam was friends with Livy's brother Charles, and Charles had this little cameo with Livy's picture in it. And one day Sam is like, who's the hot girl? And Charles is like, dude, that's my sister. And Sam is all, well, get used to it, bro, because I'm totally gonna marry her. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Anyway, Sam and Livy finally meet up, and he thinks she's wonderful and beautiful and smart and lots of other positive adjectives. One of their first dates was to a reading by Charles Dickens, and if that is not romantic, I don't know what is. They eventually got married, and through his writings we can tell that Sam and Livy really loved and respected one another deeply. Sam used to say that he loved Livy as much for her brains as he did for her beauty, and he was truly heartbroken when she died in 1904. Alright, fact number 2 surrounds the famous white suit. Even though Clemens is famous for wearing the white suit, he didn't actually start wearing it till later in his life. He wore it for the first time at the Library of Congress in 1906. It was cold, it was freezing, it was the middle of December, and all of the senators had been listening to this dude drone on and on and on about the copyright laws of perforated sheet music for like hours. So Clemens strolls in, takes off his overcoat, and bam! A fabulous white suit is underneath. This might not seem like a big deal nowadays, but that was incredibly ballsy in that time period. Eventually, Clemens gets up and speaks for over an hour about the need for perpetual copyright. Everyone is just like hanging on his every word, and keep in mind this is Congress. Just a few months prior, Clemens had called them idiots and criminals, so it was pretty impressive, especially when he was done speaking and they gave him a freaking standing ovation. And if that wasn't enough, Clemens is like, man, I've got to stay in the Capitol and make sure Congress doesn't screw up on this copyright thing. And Congress is like, oh, of course, Mr. Clemens, here. Please use the Speaker of the House's private chambers as an office during your stay. I couldn't find any documentation on how the Speaker of the House felt about that. And then Clemens is all, I should really go meet the president. So he walks up to the White House door and is like, knock, 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 hey, I'm Mark Twain and I'm gonna need to meet the president if you don't mind. And the guy at the door runs to Theodore Roosevelt and is like, Mark Twain is at the door right now. And Theodore Roosevelt rushes downstairs and he and Mark Twain have a lovely conversation. Fact number 3 is about Halley's Comet. I know this is something a lot of people already know about Clemens, but it's one of my sort of favorite Clemens factoids, so I thought I would share it. Clemens was born in 1835, just before Halley's Comet passed by the Earth, and in 1909 he was quoted as saying, I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year and I expect to go out with it. It will be the greatest disappointment of my life if I don't go out with Halley's Comet. The Almighty has said, no doubt, now here are these 2 unaccountable freaks. They came in together, they must go out together. And because Samuel Clemens is clearly the most awesome psychic on the planet, he died April 21st, 1910, which was one day after Halley's Comet made its closest approach to the Earth. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Teaching Thursday and that you find Mark Twain / Samuel Clemens as interesting as I do, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Don't unplug me or just shut me down, please just love me.